Welcome to the channel. Right now, the Helldivers Super Destroyer network is going through a refitting and scheduled maintenance. So this is a good time to drop the controller and make a video about what's happening in Helldivers 2. Right now, Steam reviews are currently mostly negative after community backlash against one of the most recent patches to the game. I asked ChatGPT to summarize the latest 11,000 negative reviews on Steam, and it came back with 6 different talking points that are the most common complaints. 1. Balance changes and nerf divers. A huge portion of the criticism is about weapon and enemy balancing. 2. Monetization and warbond fatigue. A lot of reviews argue that Arrowhead keeps releasing paid content, while long-standing bugs and gameplay issues remain unresolved. 3. Bugs, performance problems, and technical issues. Many negative reviews mention persistent technical problems. 4. Weak endgame and repetitive progression. Veteran players frequently say the long-term progression loop has become stale. 5. Frustration with the developer communication. A lot of reviews criticize Arrowhead's communication and PR. A recent AMA/Q&A appears to have made things worse. 6. Despite the negativity, many reviewers still like the core game. An interesting pattern is that even many negative reviews still praise the core gameplay. So my take on this is that the AMA/Q&A triggered a community review bomb, and players went on Steam and vented a wide variety of complaints. This also coincided with major Helldivers YouTube channels, all simultaneously starting to publish negative videos of Helldivers 2. While the complaints to the game may be valid, here's why review bombing the game doesn't work. The summary clearly shows there isn't one single major area of complaints, but instead a wide variety. It simply isn't possible for the developers to appease every single negative review on Steam, and there's no clear area to prioritize. Second, the players leaving negative reviews now may even have stopped playing the game altogether. While 11,000 reviews seem like a large number, it simply isn't a very large part of active Helldiver players either. The goal of the review bomb is to force the developers to change their approach to the game, and even to try leverage management to force them to develop a different game that appease players' review bombing. The thing is, the developers are not going to happily develop something they are forced to. If players answer community feedback polls or even make their own polls about what a majority of players want to see changed in the game, I think that developers would have an easier time listening. Review bombing is trying to circumvent regular feedback loops and try and form a public negative opinion of the game before the developers have a chance to meet that particular request, or have changed to fix a particular issue. So now if the developers read all 11,000 Steam reviews and find one issue stand out and fix it, there's still no telling those people will change back their reviews or if they are even actively playing the game anymore. And in this case, there isn't even a single clear issue with the game to fix. This sort of player activism simply isn't going to be productive if the Steam reviews make people turn away from the game and stop an influx of new players. Everyone playing the game currently will see a decline in content and quality overall in the long run. Another issue with review bombing is that a coordinated negative review attack will be seen as if it is done by the players most negative to the game to begin with, and that it excludes all players still happy about the game. It simply will never be seen as a representation of the entire player base by developers of any game. To me, there hasn't been a single big issue with the game that would justify a review bomb, and the developers do try and fix issues that arise. Unlike a lot of other games out there, they are actively developing Helldivers 2. The last 2 warbonds has actually been good quality content, and new enemy types have also been a good new addition to the game. Compared to what we were getting for the 6 months before that, there has been an improvement in quality and content. For me, this doesn't resonate with why a lot of players would suddenly choose to leave negative reviews at the same time, and I think it's mostly a coordinated effort by other YouTubers. If I compare Helldivers 2 to, let's say, Destiny, Helldivers 2 is getting fresh new content at a decent rate, while Destiny flipped maps you already owned backwards and called it a new mission. Helldivers 2 is still very much a good game. I think a lot of older players are simply experiencing burnout. And I think YouTubers in particular are prone to burnout since they are forced to play and upload content almost daily. The Galactic War in particular and the overarching story in Helldivers 2 simply does not fit the YouTube format. Something new happens in the war about every 4 months. In between that, it is simply a fight over the same planets over and over again. And you can't make exciting YouTube videos about winning Vernon Wells for the 11th time. You've just witnessed me holding the one true flag on D10 missions. I like to bring it along for morale. So it was a funny coincidence the developers just had the idea to kill 10 million enemies, with the one true flag as a strategic opportunity. We succeeded valiantly. The only problem was, we had to kill 5 million Terminids, 3 million Automatons, and 2 million Illuminate. All at the same time, we were supposed to conquer the automaton-controlled planet Messia. The developers stepped in and let Steve push the liberation over the final goal. I think that is fine. I personally stopped taking the Galactic War seriously over a year ago during the Battle of Super Earth. and I think that is just fine. If I don't invest in the Galactic War, I can simply play to have fun, and if I want to take a break, I can easily do that and play something else, only to come back after a few months. And speaking of which, I suggest you take the opportunity this July to touch grass as Captain Edward Kenway on a cruise through the Caribbean. I see all these complaints about developers taking a summer holiday. Just do it yourself and play something else if you think things move too slow in Helldivers over the summer.